My name is Austin Smith. I'm 17, and like most of the teens in here and some of the grown-ups, I grew up in church. Even though I had a Christian family and was at church every time the doors were open, I was full of darkness. I was at church every Sunday and Wednesday, prayed for people, and even went on mission trips, and even fed the poor. In the eyes of everyone that knew me, I was a great Christian. What they didn't know was the sin that was taking over my life. You see, at about 14 or 15, I developed a very serious smoking problem. Sin oftentimes has a snowball effect. One small sin leads to another, to another, to another, where it's so big it's out of control. This is how it was with me. Cigarettes led to cussing, cussing led to watching pornography, and then it led to sexting my girlfriend. But in the middle of all that, God was relentlessly chasing me. Like in Luke 15:4 says, "What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he loses one of them, does he not leave the 99 to chase the one that is lost until he finds it?" I was that lost one. In John 10:27, Jesus says, "My sheep hear my voice, and they know me, and they follow me." For a sheep to become lost, it has to both stop hearing and following. What makes a sheep stop listening and following its master? It's the little things that come in your way before following Jesus. But they eventually grow into idols. Oh, many times we say they're not idols, but really, they are. I'm not saying they're like big golden calves or anything, or a big chocolate bunny like in the VeggieTale movies. My VeggieTale homies up there. An idol is anything we put or won't give up for God. What He desires is for us to be devoted to nothing but Him and to have nothing before Him. But we want Jesus to control our lives, but we can't put our phones away for 3 seconds to tell Him thank you for another day of life. We want Him to help us in our bad situations, but we can't take our hands off the computer to lift them and pray. Here's a big one. We wear our promise rings, but we lay in our beds at night, sexting our crushes or our girlfriends or boyfriends. Or we wear our Christian t-shirts or our I am second wristbands, but we're standing smoking cigarettes and cussing like our unsafe friends. I'm not saying you have to get rid of everything you own, but if it comes between you and Jesus, it needs to go. Even though God asks us to give up our idols and we tell Him no over and over and over, He never stops chasing us. Well, there are times we want to say yes to Him, but we've gone so deep in our sins that we can't seem to get out. We are trapped. Then Jesus reminds us that our freedom, our escape, has already been paid for. He was beaten, whipped so many times that His mother couldn't even recognize Him. When that cat of 9 tails would rip around His body, digging into His flesh, ripping out His skin, you came across His mind. That's right. They hammered 7-inch nails through His hands and feet and hung Him on a cross. For 6 hours He hung there, slowly suffocating, bleeding, enduring excruciating pain until He died. Jesus, the Son of God, tells us these things happened. In Matthew 26:53, He tells us that He could have called down 12 legions of angels would have come to His rescue, but He didn't. He chose a love so relentless that nothing could stop or get in its way. This love is the love that broke the chains of darkness and sin in my life. This is the love that sets us free. Jesus is calling us to a higher standard. No more Sunday morning Christianity. Coming to church on Sundays doesn't make us Christians any more than going to McDonald's makes us cheeseburgers. Jesus is asking us to ditch our modern day idols and be totally devoted to Him. He's asking us to relentlessly chase the one that's our families, in our schools, and even in our churches, with His promise of freedom. Jesus was compelled by a love so relentless that it changed everything. Thank you.